What's happening, everybody? Who's all here? We got a good little crew tonight, huh? I like it. I like it. Moose, you bought a house? Brother, I'm so happy for you, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations. That is it one? I mean, are you excited? It sounds like pretty excited. Thank you for the celebration on that. That's awesome, man. I got the chicken intro. I like it. What's up, Moody, Polly, Barbara? How we doing? BB's here. AC, the legend. I don't know about that yet. But thank you. Frankie, Richie Rich, Avalon, Thomas Dubois, Ron, Jasper, Blue 5, Crazy Larry, Daniel, Kathy, ESK Old Finds, Emmett, what up? Good to see you. You bouncing, Richie? Is Ham working with GTI in the Trento deal? I can't say anything on that. All I can say is that he met with them, and that's what's out there. And then the rest is, we'll find out later, I guess. Ham's not coming on tonight. He's busy. He's a busy man. Lots going on. Offer hasn't been accepted yet, but probably will be soon. Congrats, Moose. That's awesome, brother. I'm so happy for you. Jeff Cato, what's going on? Hopefully we'll all buy houses soon. Not in this market. I'll at least in North Carolina, I'll be waiting for it to go down a little bit. But no, I don't have an update on the meeting. I don't have anything public I can share. Let me just put it that way. But I can tell you that I'm looking how I can purchase more. That's all I'll tell you. That's all I'll tell you. I'm very excited about GTI and Finger in these next few weeks. Very excited. That's all I can say. Your prayers were answered, Randy. That's awesome, man. What can you tell me a little bit more details? I'd love to hear what happened. Are we there yet? GTI 29, Finger 29. Isn't that crazy how they're 10 times apart? Pretty nuts. Gretchen, what's going on? US1's here. Renee, how you doing? Jeffrey, what's going on, brother? Aaron, what's up, dude? We need some to squeeze here. Still waiting patiently. It's just very often I hear you, man. I'm not adding much lately either. In fact, really haven't added in a while, but I really want to. And listen, man, I mean, I can't predict anything as far as timing, but I don't think it's going to go terribly much longer. I mean, couple months maybe. I think we're going to start seeing stuff here soon. I don't know if it'll be the full squeeze, but I think turnaround is coming fast. Crazy Larry, our nameless faceless capybara friends dropped a bogus short report on sound and we're attacking it on X all day. Really? I didn't see that. Can I talk about that with the GTI Finger price? What do you want me to talk about? I mean, there's not much to talk about. They are tied at the hip. We've always known that. We've known that for a long time now. They have some weird thing together where they move together. It's weird. Not financial advice, but accumulate. Well, I can tell you what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Interesting volume today. ZJYL was, yeah, they were all low today. Rosie, perhaps people have noticed Ham's been radio silent lately. Wink, wink, nudge. Yeah, he's been very quiet. He has. I did talk to him today. And all I can tell you is I'm excited. I'm very excited. Big JR, what's up, brother? You're a star now, man. Everybody's talking about your music. Aaron, Ham talked about stock symbol Ikite. It will be $20 within 45 or 1 month and a half. It's at 260 right now. Interesting. I missed that one. Maddie's, you married her in. Robert, what's up? Gary Ball's in the house. Probably if I had 500, would I buy GTR Finger? Personally, I would split. It's the same answer I always give you guys. I would split it because I think they both have big upward potential here soon. Just I can't tell you what'll go first. I have no idea. Randy, your son-in-law's in ICU and he had a spinal tap. Waiting on results. His BP has now been under control. Feeling much better. Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, full healing in Jesus' name. We just bless you. Get the whole thing done. Whole thing done. So there you go. I'm so happy to hear that, buddy. So glad there's improvement. What's up, Joel? Oh man, if you're excited, if I'm excited, I like it. I like it. All right, guys, what I want to talk about tonight, and I think I've kind of alluded to it already. I can't go into details on anything with GTII or Finger, but I just think there's good things coming. But I think we're about to hit a shift. You guys know I've been harping on March. That comes Friday, which we all know. We've all been watching and waiting for it eagerly. But I also want to talk just a little bit about how Bitcoin right now, I mean, look at the crypto markets, how crazy they're going. Bitcoin just broke 57,000 earlier today. Up 2,300 in the last 24 hours is nuts. This to me is all the people running, selling out and buying this stuff up. I mean, we've been seeing so many selling in the market, and obviously it's not everybody because the market's not tanking, but a lot of the big names, Bezos, Gates, Zuckerberg, the Waltons, all these people, all these super rich people are getting out of the market. I heard today that Bill Gates is out 65% of his portfolio he sold. So tonight, to me, Bitcoin's proving it because I think it's a safer asset compared to the stock market right now. And a lot of that money's going in there. And also we have the halving coming up in April. But to me, I just think we're at the verge of a big shift. I think it's coming in our stocks here soon. I think it's coming in the stock market. And obviously the whole thing going on with Bitcoin is making that point for me as well. Now I might be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. And to me, it seems correct. So that tonight, that's going to be the focus of this live, is how I think we're about to hit a turning point with a lot of things. And there's a lot of little news factoids and stuff I want to go over tonight. But it's getting interesting, guys. It's getting really interesting. And I feel like personally the signs are everywhere. They're just small and it depends on how you read them. But for me, based on what my focus is, that's what I believe I'm seeing. We can also look at pre-market right now. It's all red for tomorrow. Dow was down over 100 today. S&P and NASDAQ were barely up. Actually, maybe S&P was barely down. I can't remember. But anyways, the point is that whole NVIDIA bump is now retreating. So it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. That might have been the last little bull trap, and they're chasing out. They made all their money at the peak. So I think things are really turning around. Vince, I'm saying I have information you should be excited about, but I can't share. What I'd tell you is that I'm very excited about what I'm hearing, but a couple of things are just not 100% yet. I just have a really good feeling about them, that it'll go down soon and we'll get movement soon. But the whispers are, to me, very exciting and I think could be happening soon. So buck fighting. Why is everything a darn secret? Well, there's some things you have to be careful about. Blake, what's up? Just got back from the Big Island, Hawaii, to a short trip with your wife. Can't wait for stocks to pop so I can visit the other ones. Oh man, I've never been to Hawaii. I would love to do that. You looked at your IRA account, really forgot to watch? Wow. Really? You forgot? That's funny. Crypto mining should move. I mean, especially something like Wolf that's so heavily shorted. They all should be moving. They all should. They're all shorted to some extent. I mean, there's no reason why Bitcoin should be going off and those don't. I heard somebody say today that they expect Bitcoin to double in the next 3-4 months. There's a really smart guy too. He runs a portfolio management company. He's really excited. His algorithm's telling him that he thinks Bitcoin could double in the next few months. And he believes as Bitcoin's going up double, he believes all the mining companies, and he mentioned Wolf, which I thought was interesting. He said he expects them to go up 5 to 6 times. So yeah, I do expect crypto mining to be doing something real quick. Aaron, you feel if MMTLP sells things will begin to explode? Oh yeah, absolutely. Totally. Tom, it's interesting in the market stays propped up all while insiders pull out tech and isn't that though? I completely agree with you, Tom. It makes no sense when billions of shares are being sold by these rich guys. I know those shares aren't being snatched up by retail. So I don't know all the dynamics of it. That's something that I could talk to Pedro about, or Ham. But yeah, it definitely shows you the manipulation. It's either one or two things is true. Either they are somehow eating all that up, so it props it up, or they're able to push off the effects for a few days and just slow leak them so it looks less dramatic, you know. Miles, the great resets upon it. What I'm feeling is correct. CBDC digital currency is coming. Your feeling is correct. Miles, listen, man. I know they want that. I don't think they're gonna get it. I think there'll be a great awakening type deal versus a great reset. I know that's what the WEF wants, and we all know it's even in literature written by them. It's not a conspiracy theory. That is for real. I agree with you. That's what they want. I don't think they're gonna get it. Also, hearing that. You know, Trump coming out and saying no CBDCs, Vivek, who's now Team Trump, saying the same thing. I actually think it's going to be stopped one way or the other. I really do. But we'll see what it looks like. Jimmy Kimmel quit? Really? I thought he was signing one more contract. Gary, medical bills adding up. You want a house, nice car, and I just want to pay my bills. Sorry, man. That's rough. You picked up 600 GTI today? Nice. You realize you own 2 shares of MMTLP? That's funny, Jay. Maybe it is a sign. Who knows? You're one of us. Oh, thanks, Moody. Yeah, if you guys don't mind hitting the like, love that. Do a meetup in Hawaii. That would be super fun. I don't think there's been any new news on MMTLP. Hopefully something soon. Miles, Bank of International mandated banks run this, not politicians. I'm with you. I hope so too. Yeah, I hope so, man. Can't afford Bitcoin. I mean, anybody can afford Bitcoin, Rondell. You can buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. You don't have to pay that price. You don't have to buy a full coin. You can buy fractions, like little fractions, man. That's not really how it works. But the Bitcoin ETFs, man, are highly manipulated. Somebody was sharing that with me today. In fact, let me pull that up because I want to share that with you guys. I wasn't going to, but I just realized I should. It's important. And then we'll start going through some of the other stuff I got today. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff I want to go through. Some of it will be quick. Some of it I'll go a little more in depth on. But I mean, this is why I don't trust the ETFs. I mean, look who all is completely in it. BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, ARK Invest. I mean, BlackRock's in for 1.3 billion. You just know that the ETFs are going to be completely manipulated and messed up with these in there. So I just don't. That's scary to me. I don't trust the Bitcoin ETFs at all. You got to figure out crypto eventually, yeah. Trump Michigan poll results. Are they going to call it? What's he at? I mean, he's 64%. They already called it. I love it. He's just destroying Haley so much. What's up, Phil? Thank you, sir, for joining. I appreciate you. Busy, what's up, buddy? What's up, Jeff? M Echo. Knott's in the house. Knott. Just seeing exciting stuff, man. I feel like exciting things are happening. Lazy, what's up? Goodwill, what's up, buddy? Phil, thank you for joining. You'll now get members lives. I think you've been a member before, so members lives once a week. I do a members live for $3 a month. That's all I ask, guys. If anybody else is interested, and if you have an Apple phone, you can't join. You have to go to a browser. I know it sucks, but Apple sucks, so that's just how it works. You think Bitcoin's dangerous? I don't think Bitcoin's dangerous. Not right now. I think it's a great opportunity to make some money. Do I have a public email? Yeah, Just Mike. Here, I'll put it in here right here. All right, there's my email in the chat. So anyways, but looking at that, just I don't trust when BlackRock's involved that much, Fidelity's involved that much, I mean, all these big hedge funds and stuff, I have a real hard time trusting the ETF because it's, you know, it's on the stock market. The Bitcoin itself can be manipulated, but it can't be manipulated through the same ways they do it on stock market. It's all manipulated through selling and buying, which is how it should be. Not that it should be manipulated, but you guys know what I mean. But this just, it gives them so much opportunity to just screw with the ETF, which I do worry is going to have effects on Bitcoin down the road. I even think it had an effect at first when Bitcoin got destroyed right after the ETF came out, but this is good right now. So, I mean, obviously Bitcoin's killing it right now. Echo Ace, Bitcoin ETFs can be manipulated as a vehicle, but they can't manipulate the underlying asset. They can manipulate Bitcoin, but not through like naked short selling and stuff. Okay. That's, they have to use other means, which is just straight up bull runs and just, you know, dip it out real quick. They can manipulate the price that way by straight selling. And, when you have that much Bitcoin and you can trade it so easily, that's how they manipulate it in and out. Vince, if something I know works out, how long till we rich? I mean, that's still impossible to say, but I would say that the strength in the stocks will turn around quickly, and that obviously can move it quicker. What's up, Ricky? How you doing? It's my thoughts on the lit exchange. Easy. Great question. Great question. I have not studied enough. I don't trust myself to give a good breakdown. I'm still learning more on the lit exchange, and I'll have to have somebody on to talk about it. So sorry about that. You've got an Apple phone. See, Thomas, that's it, man. I'm telling you, Apple doesn't like Google, so they don't allow you to join YouTube. They don't allow you to pay YouTube through the app because Google doesn't want to surrender any of their earnings. So there it is. Jay, I read my emails. Did you send me one? Because I never saw one from you. At least I don't think so. I've read Goodwill though. I've talked to Goodwill on through email before, so he knows I read my emails. But yeah, please like, I appreciate it. Okay, I got some more stuff I want to go through here. I love that this is coming up because no one has been harder on the case for cuts than I have as far as like being skeptical that we'll see them. You guys know that. And look what's coming out more. Now they're saying this guy, quote, no rate cuts, but rate hikes, just cracks me up. But here you go. Board of Governors, Federal Reserve System says, I remain willing to raise the federal funds rate at a future meeting should the incoming data indicate progress on inflation stalled or reversed. Restoring price stability is essential for achieving maximum employment stable price over the long. Anyways, this is a recent statement that came out just showing that they are completely open to if it comes to it. I don't think they want to. I think they'll wait. They'll wait as long as they possibly can. But it's getting more and more likely that the cuts are going to be very low, if any. And maybe there's hints of a hike at some point now too. If inflation comes in hot one more time, guys, watch out. Kobisi letter puts out interest rate cut expectations continue to scale back. We're now at 38% chance of 4. Do you guys remember at the beginning of the year we were at like 40% chance of 7? Now there's less than a 40% chance of 4 interest rate cuts. This is just so funny to me. Because if I didn't laugh, I'd cry because this is just how they manipulate the system so badly. But they got their entire bull run from November to January based entirely on the fact they thought cuts were coming because they thought we beat inflation. And now they just don't even... Z says right here, just over a month ago, base case showed 50% chance of 6 rate cuts. And back early December, it was 7. Odds of a March rate cut down are down to 3%, and May rate cut is down to 19. In other words, it ain't happening. The only way they cut right now is if inflation comes in much lower than expected, or the market just tanks the next 2 months. If the market absolutely tanks, they might cut in order to re-stimulate. But if the market tanks, it'll also start killing inflation because unemployment will start going back up pretty fast. So anyways, the point is this just to me is absolutely hilarious. Markets are about to come to where the Fed originally said maybe 3 rate cuts. And my personal opinion, and I know Pedro disagrees with me on this, but my personal opinion was we see our first rate cut in September if we see them at all. So, to be fair, nobody should like Google either. I hate Google, so that's very fair. But I don't own a Google phone. So I guess that's the one way I'd stick it to them. You're welcome, Phil. Thank you. You use the TV. Okay, that works. Goodwill. He verifies I respond to emails. So thank you, Goodwill. I appreciate that. And so Goodwill says I'm trustworthy. I appreciate that, Will. Thank you for saying that. You think that statement's priming the market for hikes, a warning? It might be. I think it's a little early on that, but just the fact they're even talking about it to me is fantastically interesting. Jay, any new fiat currency you must invest? It's not going anywhere. Are you talking about crypto? Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on Bitcoin. When's the next inflation report? I think 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, yeah, Suez Canal hijinks. I know it didn't cause. I don't think it caused that much inflation overall, but it definitely had an effect because shipping rates got so high for a while, and I think they're still elevated, pretty high. I know Busy's just in here just saying hey to everybody. He's just such a popular guy. Busy, I need to have you on one of these nights. Yeah, it's a monthly report. We'll get CPI and PPI in a week or two, I think. I think the last one was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can't remember exactly when. Actual unemployment will go back up, not reported unemployment. That's true. I mean, it'll all go up. I mean, but you're right. The actual unemployment is higher than what's reported. What's up, KYP? Good to see you. Barbara, you called it. She's in. Kit, Lindy's grip on fingers ending. All the accumulation about to bring on a big buy-in. I love it, Kit. Is that what, Kit, are you just seeing that on your charts or something? Or is that just a gut feeling you got? Because I love it and I totally agree with you. Google makes the best phones. Get out of here. Samsung makes the best phones. Sorry. Old man. All right. Have a great night. Thank you for, hitting the like button. I appreciate that. I really do. Kit says PC, Powell's testimony and job claims now till next Friday. Do you mean this like coming Friday or the following? Kit. Ricky, is William coming on tonight or in the future? William was on earlier. I'm not going to have Ham on tonight. Ham's busy and tonight he's resting. He's been doing a lot. Trust me. Okay, let's look at this chart right here. I thought this was really interesting. The pandemic took market inequality and economic inequality and put it on steroids. Then came the bear market in 2022, and now the AI bubble has made inequality worse. It's all fraudulent per usual. I mean, look at this right here, just what the stock market's doing, and the trend is just nuts. This is just, it's insanity because this is all like NVIDIA led and stuff. It's all just the bubble is so huge. But do you see how it trended like in this normal line for a while and then just this huge breakouts? In other words, it's just a big, I think this is household wealth. So anyways, the AI bubble, and like Jay's on here. He's very bullish on AI. I'm very bullish on AI. I think it's going to do incredible things. But I also think it's just like the tech stocks in 2000, whereas everybody was so hyped about the internet that the tech stocks, even though they weren't going anywhere, the tech companies, even though the internet was still going to boom and become even more later on, just like AI will, the valuations right now are out of whack, and it's partially driving this insane bubble, and it will burst eventually. I completely believe in that. iPhones for little girls. That's funny. Galaxy 24. I didn't get the 24. I didn't think the AI stuff looked good enough because the ChatGPT app already works really well. Jay, you were kidding about the emails? Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for saying that, Jay. That's really sweet of you. Nikki needs to drop out. She's going to be mathematically beat next Tuesday, which is Super Tuesday. So you guys better believe you're going to get election coverage on this channel next Tuesday. So that'll be the focus. It's Super Tuesday. There's going to be so many primaries, so I'll be talking about it a lot. You always remember Powell telling Americans that the most important thing to do for the economy is get the job. Oh, did he say that? I didn't catch that. That's crazy. Ham must be busy. Ham is busy. I could definitely say that. Best phone survey says Samsung. You're cracking me up, man. Here. I'm going to do something fun right now. All right. Be sure to take the poll, guys. Thought that'd be fun. Put in there. Oh my gosh. I voted on it. Now it's making me do. That's funny. It's making me re-sign in to see my chat. Oh my God. I don't want to do this right now. Get me out of here. There it comes back. All right. Anyways. That was fun. That's my first poll I've ever run. Kid says, following Friday, yes, Lindy's manipulation cannot match upcoming Fingers PRs. Univest would be the knockout. Absolutely. Univest, and I think we might, I know we're going to hear some on the dividend soon. I just don't know when. Speaking of which, here's Ham reminding us of the dividend coming. They've already primed us for the dividend announcement. And we already know Univest hasn't gone anywhere. So that, I do believe that'll be coming soon too. And it'll be huge. So stay excited about Finger, guys. Definitely stay excited about it. KYP, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You miss your BlackBerry, Moody? That's so old school. I love it. I love it. You're cracking me up. Track phones. Oh my God. That's funny. Goodwill, you think Finger goes to 350, 440 in the next 2 weeks and pulls GTI to 35.44? That would be amazing. And if it does that, I mean, I'm guessing you're just doing that based on the charts with nothing else, no guessing on announcements, anything like that. If you're right about that, and that's what we're seeing on the chart side, and on top of that we get the NEPR. I mean, watch out. We could see some big moves here soon. Jay, it's not that I don't think AI itself will go anywhere. I think the market is just overvalued right now, and that's going to correct. But hey, we'll find out which one of us is right, eventually. But I think both of us have very sound arguments on that, and it's just a matter of who's proven right. So Sony or Motorola? Oh, Husker, no. The original Razr. Oh my God, where? I think my wife had one of those. Oh, Kit, you like the Pixel? I got to give Google credit on the Pixel for one thing. They have the best camera. I don't know how they did it, but they have the best camera. Like a pager. Nextel, my wife definitely had one of those. When we first got married and I moved to North Carolina, her whole family had them. And we always walked around and I just hear that stupid beep, 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 because they do the walkie-talkie thing. That was, I got to say, I think that's the dumbest idea that's ever been on a phone. Nobody wants to talk on a stupid walkie-talkie from miles away. I mean, unless you're 13. That's so weird. Rotary phone. Oh my God. Thanks, Busy. Pumping me, man, with the likes and subscribes. Yeah, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Absolutely, I do. All right, let's keep moving down here. All right, so right now we got more than 70% of the population is now experiencing higher unemployment. This has always ended in a recession since 1978. I don't quite understand what it means. Share of population with higher unemployment. I'm guessing that means like the areas you're in. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Yeah, so percent of people in states with rising unemployment. There you go. So 70% of people right now live in places where unemployment's rising. Isn't that crazy? That means 30% of people are basically buoying the rate where it's at. And since 78, this statistic, every time it's broken this line, we've hit recession. So the soft landing people, I don't understand it. I really don't. The Telegraph, get out of here. My favorite burner phones. I don't personally have a burner phone yet. I probably should get one. I'll have to look into that. Sorry for the butt dial. Mark Nutella, push to talks are great for field service techs. Well, I guess that would make sense. But this was just her family. We'd be talking or out and about, and we just hear beep 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 beep. Hey, and I was like, "Can you people go away?" They just start talking. It was like to me, it was a horrible, horrible idea. I hated that phone. I was so glad when she got rid of it. All right, let's look at the commercial real estate crisis. What's going on here? Because obviously this is just absolute disaster, especially what's going on with the buildup with the BTFP getting ready to be pulled for the regional banks. But a Canadian pension fund just sold its 29% stake in a New York office building for $1. I mean, you can't make these stories up. These are the kind of stories that come out in a crash, in a total downturn, recession, depression, that kind of thing. This should not be happening in an economy that's even partially good. 26th floor building in Manhattan stands at 360 Park Avenue. It was purchased in 2021 with plans to redevelop. Pension fund had already poured $71 million into the property, and the building currently has a $220 million mortgage. It says the project needs a change in strategy. Office building prices are down nearly 50% from their highs. Can you imagine? Like, commercial real estate is not supposed to go down like that. Once COVID hit, obviously there was a blip where everybody was gone, and so that obviously made sense. But when everybody came back, it was supposed to be the roaring 20s again, and it's not. It's just not. The commercial real estate right now is the exact opposite of personal real estate, which to me, that bubble's about to pop soon too. I'm seeing more and more every day Airbnbs going down. People are not renting the Airbnbs. Those owners are freaking out. They're starting to freak out because they bought the houses in 2019, 2020, 2021 at high rates. I mean, well, high prices, but low rates. But right now they can't sell them because nobody wants to buy, because nobody wants to pay the price that they paid for them or even close to it. And also, especially not at the new interest rates. So this is about to become real big, because once these people start running out of the ability to pay those mortgages and they're not making the money from getting people to vacation there, it's going to come crashing down real fast. The Airbnb craze, don't underestimate how many people bought them. It is wild. Kit, what's funny is South Carolina votes. Dems have 1/3 less votes than GOP. Same sort of happening in Michigan. But it's been proven. Dems voting for Hillary. Oh, 100%. Yes, there's been a lot of them voting for Haley. That's well proven. I completely agree with you. They're jumping over, trying to push her up to hurt Trump. How many years have I been married? I just passed 15, Jay. US1, back then you paid for minutes. Next time was a great. Well, I know you make a good point. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. You're going to naked short the poll? What are we at right now? Oh, it's getting close. 8% of people voted for Google, which doesn't make sense. But Samsung, I'm kind of surprised. Samsung's in the lead right now because Apple in the US is such a big market share. But this tells me my audience is a very smart audience. Sorry, guys. I'm poking at you a little bit, but I'm having fun. Thanks again, Busy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Chump just offered $5 for the building. And you know what happened when he did that? He got dinged for overvaluing it, and now he's going back to court for that. Just that one, for that $5. Brett, they also had a hard time getting employees back in offices, or that's what happens when you scared the masses into wearing masks. Yeah, 100%. Hunter Biden jealous after Don Jr. receives white power. Oh, God. Thomas, Ace, not only is unemployment rising, it's also harder than heck to get UI benefits taking multiple months. Plus, it only tracks the people on it, not the ones who don't qualify around. Very true. It also, a lot of these, this is not talked about very much, but I heard a great breakdown on this from Daniel DiMartino Booth, who used to work for the Fed, and now she does great research on the economy. She made a wonderful point, which said that a lot of these layoffs, a great deal of these layoffs, are coming from tech companies which have very good severance packages, anywhere from 6 months to a year. So a lot of these employees going on the unemployment lines, they're not going on the unemployment lines because they're getting severance checks, so they haven't even applied yet. And so they're just counted as not looking for work, and so they're not counted against the unemployment numbers. That money, because a lot of those layoffs started last summer, those people will start coming on that right about now, from now until the end of the year. And so that also should start affecting the unemployment numbers. Kit, your IRA DRIP REIT stocks are holding up with dividends. Nice. Every tech person will always tell you, Andrew, that is 100% true, Jay. I've experienced that myself. 100% true. My buddy, my best friend of 33 years, we met in first grade and been best friends ever since. He's a internet security guy, big crypto guy too. I might have him on to talk about crypto one of these days, but he's a huge internet security guy, super tech guy, and he will never use Apple. He does say the OS makes them more secure, but he hates how locked down it is. He likes a lot of freedom on his stuff. So, all right, looking at Kobisi again, NASDAQ 100 added 1.6 trillion in market cap just since January 1st. Here's the crazy part. Just 4 companies have accounted for 95% of that. 4 companies, NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon, have added 1.5 trillion since January. That is not sustainable. I'm sorry. And that right there is why I don't think this is sustainable and why I think we're going to see a correction. That's more than the entire value of Australia's stock market. Just these 4 since January are more than all of Australia's stock market. The remaining 97 companies have added just 75 billion. Big tech is the market. And this chart just shows you just how wild this is. You just cannot maintain a market this top heavy. It can't happen. You know, I've been saying that for a while, but just want to keep illustrating that because it's nuts. It's really nuts. All right. So this guy, I really like his charts. He breaks stuff down really well. He says, I can tell bears have capitulated, a necessary and sufficient condition for meltdown. The top performing ETF in 2024 is Bitcoin Trust, following the same pattern as 2021. This is the week it peaked. In other words, this is the week it peaked right before Bitcoin crashed down to, I think, 18,000 after it hit 62,000 in 2021. He's saying that this is similar to that run. In other words, he's looking for a meltdown as well. The fact is, when will it happen? We don't know, but I feel very confident we're going to see something this year, whether it's 10% down, 20%, I mean, could it go 50% down? I think it's very possible, but a lot would have to happen for that to occur. But in, what was it, March of 2020, what did the market go down? About 40%? I could definitely see that happening again. Am I only at 71 likes? Oh, that's sad. What's up, Clay? Yeah, crypto. I need to have my buddy talk on about it. I've been thinking about it. Thanks, alerts. The 7 is now the 4, right? Yeah, good. Well, I'll go back to that because it is nuts. I mean, NVIDIA, I'm honestly shocked Meta's up there. Why, who the hell is investing in Facebook? I don't see anything exciting about that company at all. I mean, unless you really like their VR or something, but the metaverse just hasn't happened. Instagram's declining. Facebook's declining. Why is anybody? Now, I can tell you as a marketer, Facebook still is the number 1 business ad place in the world where you want to put your ads for business, but it's declining in the US, which means it's only a matter of time till it declines elsewhere. And I just don't get it. Why? How? Facebook does print money. I completely agree with you, Mark. I just don't understand why or how. I can tell you, I'm in marketing. Facebook's ad return is not what it used to be. It's still better than Google ads. It's still better. But I don't understand what's exciting about this where people would want to jump in. That's my point on Meta. I don't get it. Microsoft makes sense because they're part of so many things. Amazon, of course, makes sense because everybody still shops all the time. Amazon and NVIDIA makes sense because it's AI chips. All that makes sense. Facebook does not make sense to me. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I just don't. Who is buying that? Unless it's just the hedge funds are all coordinated and choosing to jump in on it to run it up. I just don't know. I don't know a single person who wants to buy in on Facebook. I'm not saying I don't know people that don't own it because it makes money on the stock, but nobody's excited to buy it. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. Goodwill, your in-laws have Amazon stock and you're telling them every day to sell it. They all think the good times will continue forever. And the problem is if you tell them to sell it and they sell it now and it goes up another 3%, they're going to kick you. But you're going to you got to tell them you still won. You still won. I kick myself a lot of times because I almost bought Amazon back in 2015 when it was $300. And I didn't. I held off because I just didn't know anything about the stock market yet. And I thought it was crazy to pay that much for a stock. But I mean, God, I would have made 20 times that almost. NVIDIA seems to stall. Hoping it'll take a dump soon. I don't know if it'll take a dump soon. I think a little more has to happen for NVIDIA to go down. But I agree with you. I think the stall is probably going to last for a little while. That big blast it got after earnings was pretty huge. And I think a lot of people just took that and made profits off of it. Start getting margin calls on GTII finger. Man, I hope so. I'm not holding my breath on that until we see a correction in the market. And that's when I think that they'll start demanding payment. Brokers will. Buy Bitcoin, Ethereum for miners. My favorite CleanSpark. Okay. Thanks, Jay. I don't know anything about CleanSpark. I'll look into it. Dave, you missed so much. Goodwill says Facebook has a draw. Nobody else will. What do you mean by that? I don't quite get what you meant by that. Busy seems to be more of a reminder. Users who want to follow up on the content should subscribe so they won't miss out. Busy, man. You're my number one promoter. I appreciate it. Facebook is a garbage stock. I completely agree, but it's going nuts. It's going nuts. You boycott Amazon after finding out Bezos was a former vice president of hedge fund D shop. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Mantan, those are the hedge fund stocks. You get their games. I trade every. Oh, I totally agree with you, Mantan. I do. I'm saying that. I mean, yeah, they've put their stock in Facebook, just giving them shelter, I guess, for a long time. And so, oh man, there's a fight going on between Apple and Samsung in the poll right now. Oh, Apple is taking the lead. That makes me very sad. That makes me very sad. Be sure to vote if you're a Samsung user. Speaking of AI, I see SoundHound today. No. What's the Goodwill? Give me the call letters. Is that sound like SOUN? Because somebody else brought that up today. No, that can't be it. SoundHound. Is this what you're talking about? Oh, I mean, yeah, 20%. That's pretty awesome. Okay, Google is the best. Busy. YouTube's a corporate shithole. It produces hollow content formula. Produces much ad revenue. But that is all true. Yeah, 100%. It's completely true. Oh, look at the volume on that. Is that what you were talking about? 254 million? Wow, that's wild. Waiting for UVIX to start actually doubling the VIX. SPY major corrections average 54%. Fed 5 banks are buying market favorites invested by politicians. They know the rug pull date. Oh, Kit, I completely agree with you. They know the rug pull date. Kit, were you watching the other night when I went over the big party that Powell went to the other in 2020? And a few weeks later, it crashed, and now there's one of those big similar parties with all the elites going to be on Friday. It's very interesting stuff. Apple's down again, Thomas. Sorry. Thomas, you should be the last person celebrating. They are not allowing you to join my channel. Jay, you told me NVIDIA is a hardware 500-pound gorilla for AI. I agree with you, man. I do. And I think right now you're right. Right now you're right that it's going to, I just think it's going to shift. That's what I think. I think it's going to shift. Eventually. YouTube made me a millionaire. Oh God, get out of here. That is not even close to true. If I was a millionaire, I probably wouldn't be on here as much. I'd probably be taking some time with my family. I'd still be going live, just not as much. I'd be doing stuff. I'd be doing more fun things. 40% yesterday, Jay. I know right now listen, you're going to get to celebrate for a while because I don't think it's crashing immediately. I think the AI stocks will hold up a little bit longer, but I think by the end of the year, I'm going to be proven right on this. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So Capybara wrote a hit piece on Sound today. That's the one it did. The news was too good. What was their news? Because let me look. It should be right down here. Oh, they had a couple things today, huh? SoundHound AI is an NVIDIA play, says Jim Cramer. Uh-oh. Inverse Cramer in play here, guys. Be careful. Be careful. That's scary. That is scary. Do they have PR here? I don't see any PRs from them. Interesting. Inverse Kramer effect for Sound. Watch out, guys. I'm telling you, watch out. Aaron, you bought 17 shares today of Sound after Ham tweeted that Sound was a naked short trap down. Really? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out. It's got momentum right now. Goodwill, for your GTI community, there's a cheap AI company to accumulate ATTX. Wow. What is that? 0.3 of a cent? Dang. Bought 17 at $7. Thomas, try to join a can. Yeah, exactly. See, Apple. Samsung's back in the lead, so it's going better. Eric, you going on a cruise? Man, look good for you. You made $3,000 on SoundHound, Corey. Good for you, man. Do I think ZJYL is still alive? 1,000,000%. ZJYL is fine. It's fine. If I had the money, I would be accumulating a little bit more right now. He's the exact same where he's been before, and he knows a lot of the guys in it. He's bullish, and obviously, like, my only touch to that stock is Ham, so I'm going out on a limb here and trusting him, but I trust Ham, and if Ham says they didn't sell, I believe they didn't sell, which means they're trapped, so it could turn around at any point. I personally, I think a lot of these guys in the short plays, I think they probably all made money last week in that run. Okay. Because they all have multiple investments. At least they should. The smart ones do, which is probably most of them. And they all have money to play with right now. So it doesn't surprise me that there's an attack going on ZJYL right now. They're really going all out. I mean, that whole tweet storm that was up yesterday about the compliance thing, which is really not even an issue. In fact, I think that I didn't look into this, so I probably should. But Dirty Mayo said that he saw that the paperwork was filed, so that tweet was complete lie, and it was just old. They filed it right after that had come out. But he, of course, posted that letter from the was it FINRA? I can't remember if it was FINRA or the SEC, but it was NASDAQ. That's who it was. He posted that letter from NASDAQ 6 days after it came out, but they'd already in that meantime posted the paperwork they were supposed to provide. They are going to be compliant. I have no doubts about it. I'll be shocked if March 14th comes and they're not compliant. It's so easy to get compliant from where they're at. So I have no worries about ZJYL at all. But they are attacking it, and that to me is always a good sign. The weekly on SoundHound. Okay. Let's go to the weekly. I guess I'll do the 5-day. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you ain't kidding. So 385. Oh, yeah. It's more than almost doubled. Yeah, that is a nice looking chart. Earnings on Sound on Thursday. Okay. NVIDIA put out a 13F. They announced 1.7 million ownership in Sound. Oh, okay. Well, that definitely did something then. Did Ham tell you that made me happy, but I don't say? Listen, I can't say anything. All I can say is that pay close attention these next few days and weeks, and I think closer than not, I think we're going to get some big news here soon. I do. I didn't see ZJYL's earnings, so I don't know. Yeah, Capybara's a joke. Fozman, AITX has too many shares out. Shorts keep running it down. I continuously need money and continue to dilute. I don't know anything about AITX. Okay, so Brett says the document was dated the 23rd. That's the NASDAQ letter was the 21st, I think. It's hard to trust after 3 years. I don't know, Jack. I mean, I've been in it almost 3 years at this point. I mean, not GTI. I've been in GTI almost 2, but with just in general, all these stock plays, I went from AMC to here, and it's been over 2 if you count that time. And I don't know. I actually feel more confident every day of the ones we're in right now, and more confident every day that AMC screwed us. That's just to me where I'm at. But yeah, I don't know. I have more trust now, but I know more now, and I'm deeper involved now. And so, and I get more, I believe in those things more the closer I get, not less. Thomas Ace, if you bought the Samsung Crystal 4K UD 7000 Ultra 65 inches, I guess. I like that. All right, I'll do the monthly. What was it down here? Oh, wow. Okay, 160. All right. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I wish I'd gotten in that. Why didn't you tell me about it earlier, Goodwill? Dogs, why do people think we'll get 1,000 or more for MMTLP settlement? I don't think it'll be near that price. We would be lucky to get 100. Has there been any settlement stuff? Not that I know of. I think 1,000 a share in MMTLP is very, I would not count on that either, honestly. I can't say anything, Dips. I'm sorry. I just can't get into it. I just can tell you that, I've heard of some things that I was trying to get done for both of them, and they're both, it's all exciting stuff. And, yeah, and I hope that we can share more soon. Do I see more value in CAUD than Logic? I don't know anything about either company, just whatever William says. I have never looked into them. Capybara malicious defamatory articles purposely designed to negatively impact the share price. I know Capybara is disgusting. That's not the same one? Yeah, it is. I thought they would have had to slow down after getting that ruling from Mark Bazil. William is stressed. He's very stressed. I can assure you of that. All right, let's check in on the primary here real quick. All right. Well, look at the voting difference here. This is interesting. You can see Biden got higher percentage, which is great, and I'll talk about how amazing that is. But look how much more people are voting in the Republican primary than the Democrat. The Democrat isn't even at 150,000, and the Republican primary is over 200,000. And this is in Michigan. Oh, that's crazy. Trump's going to win Michigan bigly. Yes, double super secret. That's true, Jack. Mark, as the S&P 500 recently surpassed 5,000, continue to hit new records. Strategists have raised their year-end targets. Yeah. So they're putting it up to 50. These people are crazy. Thanks, Busy. GTI triggers William. William, yeah, I can't. I told you, we talked about this last night. William's going through a tough time. That's all I'm going to say about it. Just pray for him, be with him. Hope he feels better. And, hope he gets to a better place. William's just a good dude, and he's gone through a lot. So, all right. Kobisi again. CPI may begin to spike again. The NFIB business survey asked 10,000 firms if they plan to increase selling prices over the next 3 months. Over the last 3 months, the number of times responding yes was from 20% to 40%. We're at 40% of businesses getting ready to raise prices, people. And yet Joe Biden's mad that, that Snickers got 10% smaller. I mean, this is crazy. 40% getting ready to raise prices. This will definitely impact inflation. This survey is highly correlated with CPI. With the recent divergences between inflation and this survey, the gap needs to close. Fed won't like this. In other words, listen, people who are bullish on the stock market, like I just saw or Mark, you posted it, the rate for the S&P, the expectations for it to go so high. Do you understand what's going to happen if the Fed is forced to raise one more time? If inflation gets out of control, it's going to pop this bubble so fast, because they are hooked on the drug of low interest rates, and they've been able to weather the storm so far, and now they got a whiff of cuts, and everybody went nuts. But we're already seeing people selling out of the market, going into stuff like Bitcoin, and that's before the market is really going down. It's been red 2 out of the last 3 days, I think, but not majorly. But they're still selling off that NVIDIA high point, a lot of them. And people are saying that it's going to rocket back up. How? NVIDIA is not going to do that again for at least another 3 months. And in the meantime, we're going to have, I truly believe we're going to have a bunch of bank failures. We'll probably get another hot inflation report. This is bad for what they want. It's really bad. So I just don't know how they can expect that to change. I just don't. I mean, 6,000, I've heard a lot of people, saying that they think it could hit 6,000, 6,500. How? I just don't see it. Kit, watching daily volume manipulation on Z. Do you mean ZJYL? If it continues, 390 could be a range, would be a bottom before 314, or if the PR comes for, okay. So you're saying if nothing good happens for ZJYL, you think it could go down as low as 390. Okay. Fosman's big in the AITX. You got out at 5 cents. William needs a drink and a gal. You guys are funny. I don't know. Busy. You gonna play matchmaker for him? He needs a win really bad. He really does. Macy's is closing its stores. I just saw that Outback Steakhouse is going to close 41 of its restaurants. Brett, you can't wait to see what the price of a Big Mac going to be once Governor Hairgel gets $20 an hour minimum wage. I just saw that, I think it was New York, passed $15 minimum wage, and now everybody's complaining prices are up. It's like, you morons, how do you think this thing works? Think everybody gets a living wage and prices don't go up? I mean, people are so stupid, honestly. They're so stupid. It's, at least in economics, they are. I personally believe that almost everybody, obviously there's going to be some exceptions, but I think almost everybody can be smart in something if they apply themselves. I just think the human potential is high. So I feel like stupidity is almost always a choice. Almost always, like 99% of the time. And there's no excuse to be that stupid economically. There really isn't. But lots of people are. I would say at least 30-40% of our country of adults really believes you can pay people $20 an hour and not see prices go up. It's just so stupid. Even elite escort, you guys are bad. We would never do that. He's a good Catholic. Nick Lamonaco, you're accumulating finger, GTII and ZJYL. Our time will come here soon, in my opinion. Don't complain you didn't buy enough. Be right. Shorts are screwed. I love it, Nick. I agree with you. I really do. Kit, the GOP voting's way higher. T-Man tripled poopy pants at SC. Poopy pants. Heck, Dems voting for Haley doubled PP2. Yeah, exactly. I saw a thing today. Somebody was like, they were like, how's Trump getting these poll numbers? 25% of Republicans say they won't vote for him. But they were basing that on the just polling people voting for Haley. And the people voting for Haley are basically all either never Trumpers or Democrats. And so it's like you're skewing those results because they were confused at why the main polls show such a difference from what they're getting in the exit polls. It's because exit polls are stupid. They're almost never accurate. Somebody tried to tell me today that the Fox News exit polls are better than a lot of the polls being run, and it's just simply not true. Especially not when you run them all together. Speaking of which, this is where Emerson's poll, which Emerson is not right leaning. Emerson polling, this would be the map right now based on Emerson. It has Trump up to 301, which is pretty cool. And I think he pulls Wisconsin too. Not hoping for good news soon. I know you're working hard. Yeah, not same. I know a lot of people are working behind the scenes right now trying to get stuff done. I think something good's going to come. I really do. I do. Busy will set him up with a date, but you'll tell the chick to say her name is GTII. Oh my God. Well, it's better than saying, she has a penis, which nowadays you'd never know. Aaron, you'd love to live in Reno and drive to Sacramento, California for work. 2-hour drive for $50 an hour. That's how I'd do it if they raise it to 50. Yeah. Oh my God. Your Big Macs would be $60. Starting to get more excited about XRP, Dave. I love it. I continue to believe XRP could do some really big things. So I'm gonna have to look at this AITX Goodwill. You're so bullish on it. Let's go back. Let me look real quick. Okay, so it's just 16%, but that's way ahead. It's 16%. These numbers for the Republicans are going to absolutely demolish the Dem. You can tell where all the excitement is. It's all with Trump right now. There's no excitement over here. Zip. Nothing. They are freaking out. One of my favorite things is watching Bill Maher freak out about it, because he says some good stuff as a liberal. He's got some smart takes, but he freaks out over anything Trump, and it just brings me great joy. This is a great Scott Adams tweet I wanted to share tonight. Trump's third act shaping up nicely. This is based on these polls down here, which I shared last night, actually. But majority of Americans believe 2020 was rigged. Majority of Americans believe Democrats used lawfare against him. Both true. Majority of Americans think he did a better job on the border. That's non-negotiable. Majority of Americans know Democrats' intel people invented the Russia collusion. True. Majority of Americans believe Biden's corrupt. True. Climate alarmism looking more like a hoax every day. True. Majority of Americans know the news is not real. True. Everyone who isn't TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, Gooner, knows the January 6th insurrection hoax was an FBI Democrat op. True. It's become common knowledge that fine people hoax was a centerpiece of Biden's campaign. True. No reasonable person thinks Biden's mentally capable to do the job. You can't win much harder than that, he writes, and I love it. It's all true. It's getting fun. It really is. As long as we show up and don't let the foot off the gas, it's going to be a beautiful end of the year, guys. It really is. I agree with you on Maurer, Rosie. He is smart enough. He's smart enough where he will come around on things once he's inundated with information, but he also is a lib, so his heart always pulls him in the wrong direction. And he has to be greatly swayed in our way. So there's a lot of things I like Maurer for saying. He's been really good on the anti-woke stuff. But the Trump stuff, he is just a nut. Just Mike, think about how stupid the average person is and then realize that half of them are stupider than that. George Carlin. That's funny. Do I have feelings on the mic? Ha ha, Saggy. Nice try. Nice try there. You guys are always trying to get me to say these names. 10,000 shares at $27 gets you 10,000 shares of AITX. Holy cow. All right, I'll buy it. I'm in. Aaron, to fix the economy, we could switch over to gold and silver again. Out with the fake debt dollar bill. Yeah, I agree. But it would be a major transition. I'm very interested on, I've talked about this a lot. You guys know what I feel on this. I think we're going to have some kind of economic collapse. I don't know how bad it'll be. I don't know if it'll be like crazy Great Depression bad or if it'll just be like a hard recession. But something's going to happen. And my personal belief is that Trump will be in and a lot of people working with him and the governors. I mean, many governors, certain states like Texas have already implemented gold as a currency again. And so there might be a real move towards that, to have a dollar backed on something real again if this all happens. I personally am very confident and optimistic that we might see something like that happen. So it would be great. In which case, the downturn of the economy would be totally worth it, because we'll come out of it much more prosperous in a long-term way than we've been in several decades, since at the very least, since the 60s, and probably even better than that. Screw eating out. You're talking about salad dressing. Your Texas arugula lawn's about ready to mow down. Texas arugula. Does that make a good dressing? That doesn't sound like it. Brett, did I see how they're using the school loan debt forgiveness as a way to get more young home buyers? Oh, I believe it. I didn't see that, but I believe it. Mauer so hateful on Trump, his height doesn't help either. That's true. Busy Latinos for Trump. I love it, man. Busy does have the power. Did you remove a not question or a not comment, man? Are you abusing your privileges as a moderator? Goodwill, they have a lot of debt. Oh, you're talking about AITX. No bust on your brother in arms, Busy. Yeah, when is the next hearing? Not, if you don't mind bringing us in on that. Let me make sure I went through everything I wanted to cover tonight. I think I got through most of it. Yep, got it all. So I mean, yeah, well, let's just go back to this for now, because I think this is when you put in BTFP, and actually, I want to see when the next CPI numbers are. Next CPI. CPI release schedule. March 12th. Wow. Okay. So we're going to get BTFP pulled, which is the bank fund loan program. We're going to get that pulled on March 11th. And then the very next day we get CPI, which right now could be running hot. Can you imagine? That might be a massive double whammy. That might be a real double whammy to the markets. God, I'm telling you guys, March is going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be very interesting. Good night, Barbara. Have a good one. Does Kit do spaces? I didn't know that. Just Mike, please put some money into physical precious metals. Yeah, if you can afford to have some safe money. For me, I mean, I wish I had the money to do it. My prayer is that we see a squeeze here soon, at least one, and we can all pocket some money and start getting our portfolios more diverse, especially with safe money as well as our stuff. Because I'm telling you, I don't see the case for the market going up all year. I don't. But listen, I've been proven wrong before, but this is getting crazy. Brett, the reverse repo and CPI data consecutively. Yeah, it's going to be a crap show. No, I'm telling you. Jenny, what's going on? Good to see you. March Madness. Yes, please. I love it. Yeah. March is going to be real windy. Yep. A lot of people are going to be feeling sick. I can't believe it's coming out the next day after BTFP. That's wild. So the March insanity just keeps coming. It just keeps adding up. That reminds me, I want to go back to this week. We could have a possible government shutdown too on top of it. That's how we could get started on March. Let me see something real quick. Now, I know they're talking big right now that there won't be a government shutdown, but it's possible. It's possible. If nothing else, we're going to get a deal. And It's probably not going to be a good one. So we'll see how the market responds to that. But I wanted to check out, somebody had a really good calendar of March, and I wanted to just see if I could find this real quick. I can't find it. Let's see what this is. All right, well, let me pull this up because this is really good that I just found while trying to look for it. It's quad witching that same week, Northwest. Holy crap. Oh my God, this March is just, it's getting crazier by the day. Quad witching is that same week. Wow. There was news on Trump. What was on it? On a positive note, government shutdown. Yeah. I hope it goes. I would love to see a partial shutdown for a while. I would, but it probably won't happen. They'll sell us out somehow. Kid, the Fed wants everyone back at the discount window. They'll be forced to initiate another version. If they do that, rate cuts won't happen. I agree with you. I don't know if they'll do another version though. My personal belief is that Powell wants this to happen. I actually think that. I actually think Powell wants to break the market before he does cuts. So I don't know if they'll enter. The other thing is I also believe Powell wants to clean up weak regional banks and allow them to fail and then get bought up by the big ones. So that's why I don't think they'll introduce a new version of it. I really don't. Fiat currency's dead. Dollars hated worldwide. Gold and silver against money. I mean, I agree with you. The problem is there's just not a lot of value in them right now except for storing for the future, just to protect your money. That's the only thing. We need a win. I agree, KYP. We do. Plus face foul never delivers good news. That's true. That's funny. Okay, so let's go over this real quick because I just came across this while I was looking for the thing in March. It says, quote, the economy was booming, then the thing hit 2024. But these charts are pretty crazy. So this one right here, let me make sure I can pull it up in a way you guys can see it. I have to make it smaller. There we go. All right, so this is commercial and industrial loans. Large domestically chartered commercial banks. Okay, so loans for commercial banks, commercial industrial loans, and this is hours, overtime hours from manufacturing. Look at the divergence here. So we have, this is 2008, the last time it dipped this low. All right, and then 2020. That's the overtime hours worked. They just dip because there's no work, and that's major recession, 2020 crash, and this just jumped up. Well, you guys notice it used to be when it recovered, the loans would stay lower than the OT hours worked, and yet that hasn't changed. Now it's stayed above ever since 2020, and it's back to rising. Meanwhile, overtime hours are crashing. So there you go. That's just a good way to look at our economy, because what happens when guys get in debt and they work shift work or whatever, one of the big ways they get ahead is to work overtime. Overtime collapsing means the work's drying up. Next one. Average weekly overtime hours. That's the blue again. Freight transportation services. You see, like even in 08, they crashed together, and then they had a healthy, and now they flipped. This is nuts. And here we go. Continuing down again. This one, motor vehicle retail sales is blue. Average weekly overtime hours, okay? So retail sales, motor vehicles in this safe area, the overtime hours are above it. And then they flip again, and look at this divergence. That is nuts. That is crazy. How do you make this money? How do you make the money to pay off debt if you can't work extra? Producer price index by commodity is blue. Unemployment rate red. Look at the spike right here in unemployment rate. That was 2020. Okay. So again, price, and you see it's just dipping right here. Price is rising. And then the thing hit is what he says. So my God, those are some crazy charts right there. Those are some really crazy charts. What here? XRP documentary coming out on Netflix. We'll see. I don't really trust Netflix to be. Netflix is pretty left leaning, so I don't think they're going to put in like a super truthful documentary. You might get a little bit of truth, but Goodwill, one of the. What are you talking about? Who you got into stuff? I saw the Zelensky looking like a drug addict thing. That was crazy. Thomas, 3/4/24 and 3/11/24. Guess we'll see. Yeah, guess we'll see. It's next Monday. On top of that, so obviously March is coming, starts Friday. Lots of interesting things happening in March. We've covered a million times. On top of that, we got Super Tuesday. So basically, the races will be, they're already decided, but they'll be officially decided as of next Tuesday based on where the candidates are right now. So we get a crazy political month too. March is going to be nuts. I'm just so excited for this month. There's going to be so much happening. Aren't those great graphs, Goodwill? They are fantastic. Finance a lot, man. He is just a great follow. Really great follow. Rob a bank, says Mario. I mean, try to time it with one of the banks that's going out of business so they don't care as much, right? They'll just collapse the next day. Yep. Need a ham call soon? We'll get them on soon. You know we will. All right. Let's look at the poll. And Samsung has won the poll at 46% to 45% with 211 votes. Wow, what an upset win. I love it. That makes me very happy to see Samsung did it. So now what pushed it up? Gay Google came in at 8%. That's about right, Eric. That's all you, bud. But I'm glad. It makes me feel happy that I have a free thinking group here. Because if it was 90% Apple, I just might have had to retire tonight. It would have been very sad. But good. We have a free thinking group here, and even the Apple people, you're not bad. You're not the bad ones. So I'll let it slide. If Gensler's in a documentary, you know it'll be the truth. Yeah, exactly right. No, it wouldn't be the truth. Can you get some DWAC before Super Tuesday? That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, you know that after Super Tuesday, DWAC will do something for sure. The poll was rigged. I don't. Well, you guys have to answer me because I don't know. I wasn't part. Could you vote more than once? Because if you could vote more than once, that's lame. But if you could only vote once, it wasn't rigged. The poll wasn't done by Dominion machines. You guys know that that's exactly what I employ, Dominion machines here. 50 votes at the last minute. That's what I did. I waited. Once I saw Apple was up, I waited until the counters, my appointed counters, busy as a moderator, made the adjustments I needed him to make. So I got the vote I wanted. Oh my God. You guys make me laugh. All right. On that note, I'm going to head out. I haven't seen my wife all day. I'm going to go see her, hang out. Love you guys. This was fun. I had a good time tonight. Lots of crazy stuff going on, but I feel so good about where we're at in our stocks. I personally, I'm looking to accumulate more right now if I can. I just think some good things are coming. Again, the whole Bitcoin thing shows me some shifting in the markets. I think we're getting ready for a big shift. I think Bitcoin's going to have a really good couple months. I think the market's coming into March is going to have a hard month. We'll see though. So we're really close to March, guys. It's going to get really interesting. Did I exclude Georgia and Pennsylvania voters? Well, probably. You mailed in Samsung votes. Well, thankfully right now I don't need them, but I'll be sure to bring them back if Apple jumps ahead. But all right, I'm gonna guys, before you leave, please like, subscribe, share if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. It's been pretty affirmed to me that I'm getting shadow banned at least a little bit here on YouTube, but it is what it is. I kind of take it as a badge of honor, but please, it does help if you like, share and subscribe, get all that out there. And I'm going to end on a prayer for all those who want to stay. And for the rest of you, God bless. Have a great night. And so, all right, let's pray. Father, thank you for just a great day. Thank you for everything you're doing behind the scenes. And I just pray for favor with all the people making deals and all the people working hard to get stuff done as we get to sit and talk about it. But for the boots on the ground, I just pray more favor for them, more persistence, and more strategies, God, just to get everything done that needs to be done. And I just pray that it all starts going through without any flukes, so that we can start getting some wins. Coming into March, I pray, God, that what you want to accomplish in all this is done. And so whatever needs to be corrected is corrected. Whatever needs to be filtered out, if anything needs to be broken, it's broken so it can be rebuilt. All that stuff, God, I just pray that your hand's on everything. And I pray that you bless every single person here with the wisdom and strategies on how to best prepare their own lives. If they're in a great spot, let them know that. Let them have peace in that. If they need to prepare more for whatever's coming, let them know that. And I just pray you lead all of us with wisdom and grace and help us all to follow peace, because that's where you are. So we love you and thank you for all you're doing. Bless everybody here in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Bless you guys. Love you so much. I will see you all tomorrow night and, of course, on Thursday too. So